on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Jets and the New York Giants. Coming up next.
It can hold over 82,000 fans, and every one of those seats is filled for this one, as our coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium. Hello all, Kate Scott up here in the booth, and joining me as always, my partner Brock Heward. All right, Brock, everyone hoping we see a competitive contest here, and both teams feel they can provide that.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I mean, you just stack these two teams up. We've all done our homework. They've done a lot more practice time and film watching and everything else. But by all accounts, the numbers will tell you, the talent would tell you, we're going to have a competitive chess match, and I can't wait to watch it.
Greg Zuerlein out for the opening kick. And away we go from East Rutherford. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Coming left is Tracy. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's going to push one deep down the right. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Lock. The Jets get there and bring him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So now it's the Jets getting out on offense for their opening drive. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Rodgers here from the gun. His first throw is an interception. That's Bobby Okereke. And the Giants get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing his lock. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Running this with Tracy. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Shotgun snap, a gift to Tracy. Cuts it, and he will take it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Graham Gano to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Gano ready to send this away. On the return, here comes Kene Wangu. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll go down, it will say right at the 39-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
From the gun, it's Hall. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Drew Phillips making the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Rodgers has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Pickup of 5 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, here comes Hall. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants' side of the field. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Bobby Okereke making that stop. That's the end of the first quarter in this battle of New York franchises. Neither side separating much so far. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Jets football. This has been a good drive, but it's at risk here on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. Able to hit Hall, complete. Escapes a defender. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First and 10 now from the 30. Hall takes it straight ahead. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's Hall once more. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Malachi Corley reels it in. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They send a tight end in motion. Hall running between the tackles. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Rodgers to throw. Has it down close. He has the New York touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Greg Zuerlein for the point after try. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jets tie this game 7-7. Zuerlein has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tracy. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. DJ Reed brings him down that time.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 31. Catch made, Tyrone Tracy. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Giants with the football. 5 DBs out there for the Jets. 3rd down. Locked down. That's caught for the 1st. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Locke looking to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Chuck Clark has it. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. It's the same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Zuerlein on now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets break that tie and now lead by 7. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Giants offense all set to get started. They've stalled out since that first touchdown, Brock, while their opponents have done the opposite. They've heated up, and their original 7-point lead, now a deficit of 7. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick six. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Second and 10 now. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he'll get it up to the 44. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets' side. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 48. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
The Giants moving quickly. They're in the hurry up here. Here's Locke. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. And it's a nickel look from the Jets, 3rd down. Oh, they're going to run the option in the short side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The Jets take their 1st time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Jets getting one final go at it on offense here before halftime. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. So we have hit halftime with the visiting Jets, and of course we say visiting in air quotes here, leading the Giants in their own stadium. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Gano ready to send this away. Wangu now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So to begin the third quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Won't make the play on that one. It hits the deck, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They start the half with a give to Hall. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Bobby Okereke making that stop. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? To throw, Rodgers. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They've got 1st down from the 31. A handoff to Tracy. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Quincy Williams making the tackle. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 34. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And the Jets in the dime for this third down. Back now, pressure on its way. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
The Giants are set to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Jets football. The Jets out to begin another drive. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Nice field position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. That's caught. He finds Allen Lazard. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, you call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Rodgers set to pass. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Hall on the give. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
He completes it in traffic. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Jets take a 13-point lead. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
Point after converted by Zerline. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Zerline has it all teed up and ready to send it away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now here comes the New York offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
When they drop these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Teammates notice when they got a guy willing to take it on the chin to get rid of the pass. That's a pass that's going to earn a lot of points with the other 10 players, not just today, but when they go back and watch that play on tape.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They run. Here's Tracy. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought to a halt by C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, that defense was flying to the ball. You see that outside toss. This is a pursuit drill that they work on over and over again. Get to that toss before it can really get started.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Here's Locke to the air. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. So we're through 3 here. It's Giants football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Throwing is Locke. He finds Slayton. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Second and 3 now. On the handoff, this is Tracy. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Locke. He brings it in. And he's all the way to the 5 before going out of bounds.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Staying between the tackles with Tracy. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And he sails that one over the end zone.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw, here's Locke. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Third down from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
They're out and set, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They go right back to Hall. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Jets feeling good with a 14-point advantage. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. It's Hall on the carry. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They're running the option, short side. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Hall. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. This will be a nice win for the Jets, who draw closer to it as they take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. So the win goes to the Jets. And save for a few moments in that opening quarter, Brock, they pitched a shutout defensively that in the end was the impetus for the victory. They're going to be bummed not to have that goose egg on the board at the end of this one, no doubt, but a performance to be lauded nonetheless. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Jets as we say so long from New York.